Omji, when I gave him the script, he was very happy because obviously being Punjabi, he was happy that I was Punjabi and a woman and taking this subject, which he was very dear to his heart. But even though it was a serious film, the abiding memory of Omji was that he was a complete and utter joker on set. He was in the scene with Hansraj Hansji, and his character is blind and old and has to sit still. But whenever the music started, he wanted to get up and jump up and sing and dance. And we had to keep stopping him because he kept getting into shot while he was dancing. But also there were many extras in that scene. And he loved to joke with them. And there was one poor fellow who it was an extra, but we'd given him a line, and he was supposed to go and hand him a plate of pakoras. And this poor fellow was very nervous. Anyway, Omji is blind in the film, and he would walk up to him in this one take, and he gave him the pakoras and went, "Abba, pakode!" And Om Puri said, "No, deaf nahi hu." That's it. And that was in the middle of a take, so we had to cut. But the thing about Om Puri was that he lived life to the full. You know, he enjoyed himself. Off camera, he was doing his little business with, a few tipples here and there, but enjoying himself as he was shooting. And I think he couldn't wait to see the film. I know I had exchanged some comments with him. So my only sad thing is that he's not here to see the film. But every day on the set, he would always come up to me and say, "Bibi ji, tu bahut acha kaam kar rahi hai. Kari ja." Yeah.
Gurinder ma'am, hi.
Hi, I'm Hoshan Katrak from Parsi Times. Chadha ji, आपके लिए एक question है. When we talk of independence, one of the first films which come to mind is Gandhi. It's been almost 35 years since the film was released. What parallels would you draw between the two films?
Well, I think the biggest parallel is the subject time, 1947, and the fact that that was also made by a British director. And I think Gandhi was a seminal film in its time because it was huge and sweeping. And I think Richard Attenborough had spent a lot of time, 9 years, I think, trying to make that film. And it was very much depicted history as he had seen it at that time. Where the films differ is that my version tells a different version of history of the British Empire in India in the last days of the Raj compared to Gandhi. And I think that I really wish Richard Attenborough had been around today because I think he would really enjoy this take. And I think what's been very interesting in Britain is that the majority of Britishers have actually taken all this on the chin. I mean, Churchill is a hero for many in Britain, but he's also not a hero for many in Britain and out of Britain. So the film challenges you in one of the biggest Britishers, heroes of Britain, and his deeds, because of course a lot of what the British did, they did in their own interest, not in the interest of India. And in the end of, I think Gandhi does not challenge that, whereas Partition 1947 absolutely challenges the role of empire, the last days of empire, and the legacy of the British that was left in India.
Gurinder ma'am.
Ji, because I am a very unusual film director working today. I'm British and I'm also Indian. I'm Punjabi and I'm also a mother. These four things are very unusual. In fact, I can't think of anyone else who has that position. Unique combination. This film is made definitely by somebody who is both British and Indian and a woman and a mother. Because mothers, we don't get to make films about great tragedies, with lots of violence and turbulence. Mothers don't get to do that. So for us, when our children misbehave and fight, what we have to do is give them a moral guidance. We have to say, "Bache, acha chalo ho gaya, you go apologize, don't let this happen again." So as mothers, our approach to life and humanity is to make things better, is to heal wounds, instruct our children to reach a higher moral place. So in that sense, if I was going to make a film about partition 70 years later, it was very important for me that I did something that took us to a different level. In terms of the change, being this unique combination means I have to appeal to people in Britain, Goras, middle class, upper class Goras like the Mountbattens, as well as working class, Australians, Americans, people all over the globe, as well as Indians, and I try and do that as best as I can. I mean, I have the one statistic that no one else has. I made a film that was #1 in India and England at the same time, and that was Bride and Prejudice. And that's no one else has done that yet. So I think that what I'm learning more and more is that there are certain things that appeal to an Indian audience and appeal to the Indian side of me, just as there are to the English side of me. So Partition 1947 is a great title for the film, and in fact that was the working title of the film for many years. All the early scripts are called Partition. It was in England that they thought Viceroy's House was a better title.
But for India, Partition 1947 is a better title than Viceroy's House. It has a better
Much
connect.
better.
Yeah.
And even the trailer, for me, gets to the point,
That's Indians, no?
It's
We just get to the point.
I mean, the English trailer is great because गोरिया को भी खुश करना चाहिए था ना हमको. So, we kind of, we showed it like a great, sumptuous British period drama, which I wanted to make. I wanted to make a film like they make in Britain. I just wanted to have the people who are normally, the Indians who are normally extras and on the sidelines, be center stage. So for Britain, it was a subversive film because all these extras, these knockers, they took the emotion of the film in the end, not the Mountbattens. Whereas in India, I think we've gone for the real reason why I made the film, which was the politics. The reason why my grandparents suffered at that time and why I don't have a homeland, an ancestral homeland to call my own. That was the real reason for me to make the film. And I think the Indian trailer that Reliance have put together absolutely hits the nail on the head.
Hi, Huma. Yeah. Congratulations for the trailer. How was it working with Gurinder, and also the trailer that went on Berlin Film Festival?
The trailer that went on?
Berlin Film Festival.
Right. Well, tough. Gurinder is a very tough director. She's a lovely director, but a very tough director. If she is not happy with what you're doing, she will keep working till she gets what she wants. And I think that's brilliant because this is not an easy film to make. जब मैंने ये स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ी तो मुझे लगा it's a very unusual Gurinder Chadha film. We associate her with Pride and Prejudice, with Ben Like Beckham. These are very like diaspora, slice of life problem films. I mean, but this was a much bigger film. So for me, it was interesting because, and also what she said, her origin is so unique as a British and a Punjabi filmmaker that she's a very interesting person to make a film like this. And in her films, women always have a very strong voice. Like her female characters are very well etched out. So I was very excited to, of course, work with her. But she's a force of nature. She's excited about the film that she does. A film is like her baby, so how she would scold her children and make sure they do the right thing. I think she treated all her actors like that, and it was great. It was a great collaboration. It was fun working with her, and she's also great fun. But that's always when we're not shooting. And it was a very difficult film to make for all of us. It was hot, it was dusty. हमने जोधपुर और जोधपुर के बाहर आउटस्कर्ट्स में शूटिंग की थी अगस्त सितंबर में गर्मी में मतलब जैसे जल के काले हो गए थे हम लोग. But I think it was worth it because we all knew we were making and being a part of something really, really special. So I think it's a very brave film for her to do. And like she said, it's a very timely film for her to pick because she would have done actually any other film, but to do a film like this as a woman, I think it's not easy, and hats off.